Hello. I am sat here in the chair of importance with my serious face on. I'm just kidding. Those smart ones amongst you will notice that A, by the time I do the vlog, I'll have grown a beard, and B, I got a light on now. So I may have done this little bit after I did the vlog, or I may not have done. Who knows? Actually, who cares? It's just to say to you, just to let you know, I know I've texted you about training. It's to give you the rationale behind it. It's always difficult to put enough words in the text. So just to explain. The new rules state that adult football has to stop. However, youth football can still train and adult disability football can still train, which is great, but the problem is the new regulations don't allow for crossovers in tiers. So we train at Westmoors, and many of us live in Bournemouth, Christchurch or Poole. Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole is in tier 4, Westmoors is in tier 3. So we can't actually cross the tiers to go and train there, and that includes coaches as well, not just players. I'm also acutely aware that the figures have risen quite, I don't want to keep using the word exponentially, they've rocketed over the last 2-3 weeks, and we've still got the Christmas lag to show up on the figures yet. So my opinion is that at the moment it's not safe for us to train anyway, or I'd like it just to be a bit safer. So that is the reason why technically we can train if we all lived in the same tier and we all could meet at one venue. That would be good, but we're in different tiers. People have got to travel on public transport, the figures are higher, hence why we're not training. I just thought I'd clarify that with you, because I say it's difficult to write all of that in the text or on our social media. So that's why. It will be reviewed every few days or every week. At the moment I still don't have the guidance from Dorset FA fully, but reading the rules, that is how I've read it, and so besides which, at the moment it's probably not that safe anyway. So hope that clarifies it for you. I'm not the bearer of good news, sadly, but I do think you deserve an explanation. Anyway, enjoy the vlog. I may have a beard, or I may not. Who knows? Hello. Bonjour. Welcome to a very sunny and crisp New Year's Eve. What have you been up to? Probably not much, I'm guessing. We are what's the time now? It's 2 o'clock, quite early today. So we are 14 hours into tier 4. How's it treating you? It's quite interesting actually. I just came out to vlog, and you can probably hear my neighbours down the end cottage, and they were at the gate, so I had a long chat with them, and it's a bit like first lockdown, and one of my neighbours the other side was earlier said, "I've cooked too much English breakfast for Harry, do you want some English breakfast?" Oh yeah. So also English breakfast is a bit like the first lockdown, where the people you really spoke to or really saw were your neighbours. So that was interesting, wasn't it? Yes. So what do we say? We're on New Year's Eve. So I looked a little bit of digging on New Year's Eve. Yeah, Old Lang Syne is synonymous now with New Year's Eve, isn't it? So the story behind that is that the words were originally written by a Scottish poet called Rabbie Burns, which you probably know, in the 1800s. But it wasn't really sung as a song until early 1900s, probably 1920 something. There was an American bandmaster who used to do every New Year's Eve and he used to see the new year in with that particular song, and then he did that for decades, and it just kind of said, hello, oh, guess who's here? Hello. Hello. How are you? How are you? Oh, hello. So yeah, that was, yeah, and it kind of really took off from there, and now everybody knows it as sort of singing. It's the song to see in the new year. So prior to Robbie Burns writing that in the previous century, the 1800s, 1700 and something, the Presbyterians, who were the Protestants, they didn't really celebrate Christmas, but they celebrated New Year, and the Puritans as well in England, they were very similar at the time. Less celebration of Christmas, in fact virtually no celebration of Christmas, it was all New Year. So so Auld Lang Syne, which is AULD, as you know, not OLD, it does mean old, and the meaning of the song is it's interpreted in quite a number of different ways. The first line of it is kind of rhetorical. It just says, should old acquaintance be forgot? Essentially, Auld Lang Syne is about remembering the past and remembering your friends and things like that. If you try and read the words, you wouldn't get very far, because it's kind of written in Scottish, so it's not English and it's not Gaelic, but it is actually kind of Scottish in language. So there's lots of sort of Scottish colloquialisms in there and that sort of thing. But essentially, that's what the song is about. So now you know why we sing that on New Year's Eve, rather than Come On Eileen, which we tend to sing at weddings. Isn't that funny? Anywho, you are going to say to me, "Over this waffle, we want some New Year gags." Well, you're probably going to say it like that. Yeah. Telling New Year gags. Oh, I've done it myself. 30 years, man and boy. One of the hardest jobs in the book, that is. Let me have a ponder. So I'll stop the silly voice. What do dogs say on New Year's Eve? They actually say woof, because that's what they say the rest of the year. And I don't understand the concept or have any comprehension of days and dates and the Gregorian calendar. That's not a joke, it's just a fact. What else? What was a caterpillar's New Year's resolution? Turn over a new leaf. Caterpillars on leaves. Anyway, have a super New Year's Eve. Don't go out. Only go to your bubbles. Don't have more than 1.5 people at your house. Wipe your feet, blow your nose, and scratch your bum. And most of all, be safe.